go with this one. People create qualifications on their preferences to validate themselves. You know how sometimes you hear people talking about something that they're doing and they want to tell you like how great it is that they're doing it, and you can't understand it, you can't relate because you have not done what they've done, you've not experienced what they've experienced, you're not who they are, you know? Yeah, that's insecurity. And don't get me wrong, I've been guilty of it. You've been guilty of it. And this comes from the Drake album where people were talking about some, yeah, if you've never been overseas, you never been out the country, you won't really understand this music. If you've never been in an international city chasing international women, you won't understand this music. If you ain't did this, did that, oh no, you won't understand this music. Maybe. Just like people will say, hey, this is a distinguished dish. This is a classy food. Oh, this is great. And I go, okay. I've had some 5-star cuisine before, and I honestly wasn't too impressed with it. And it's not because I've not, had 3, 4, 5-star food before. It's that, hey, bro, I just didn't like this. It didn't do it for me. Like, yeah. I see what all you did there. Yeah, no, didn't do it for me. Oh my gosh, you got to try this Cabernet Sauvignon. I go, okay, I'll try it. I'll take a sip. I go, don't do it for me. That's the crazy thing, right? There can be high class things that just don't do it for you, and that's okay. Like I look at some of these shoes that y'all wear, these Gucci's, these Balenciagas, and I go, that's Balenciaga bullshit. That Gucci is looking real Uchi Wally Walla. Uchi Bang Bang, like, shoot that shit, man. And it's okay to feel that way, but what we do as a society is if we want, like, we will take something that we like or take something that makes sense based on our experiences, and then we will try to put all these different qualifications on it to validate it for ourselves so that we look like we're a better person. I mean, just think about this. Think about how often you'll have black people talking about their situation and how we can be better as black people. And then somebody goes, well, where you come from, bro? What hood you came from? You ain't come through this. You ain't been in jail. You ain't doing. So what? I had to go through what you went through to be who I'm supposed to be, to try to help other people like us get to where they want to be, huh? Say what now? Excuse me? Am I confused?
Hold up, you baby! Hold up, you baby!
And when I get back to my whole black culture is not crime culture. Crime culture is not black culture. I promise you it exists in other cultures. Ask the Italians, the 5 families, the Genevieves, the Colombos and so on and so forth. Yeah. Them, they commit crimes. They don't like snitches. They ain't black. But is that the only thing that encompasses Italian culture? Hell no. They don't be like, oh, you're not Cosa Nostra, so you ain't not Italian. Only in our culture we do that, right? And it's sick. But when you are a people who's not at home, you're a people who are building a life in a stranger's land. A stranger's land that you are welcome to under certain circumstances, and now that those circumstances have changed, you're welcome in some places, not welcome in others. You're always trying to prove yourself. So in this quest for proving yourself and showing how you belong and showing your relevance, you end up doing shit that just doesn't make sense, honestly. You create these qualifications to, again, validate yourself. You say, what, broke boys don't deserve pussy. I know that's right. Excuse me, what, Cardi B? You ever have sex with a man who didn't have any money at any point in your life? Was that sexual experience better than the sexual experience of somebody who you've had sex with who has money because they have money? I'm talking about the experience in the bed. I'm not talking about what led up to it and what happened after it. Because, if you got gifts and other stuff and money, I not calling you a hooker. I'm just saying, if that's what happened before and after, then cool. But was the actual experience itself that, the idea that, oh, you broke so you can't have sex? Huh? Oh, you broke. You ain't gonna understand this. Huh? You're uncultured, so you can't relate to music like this. So does that make you better? Or does that make you different? I've experienced a few cultural things, some things that people consider culture. I've done some things outside of my culture, but that doesn't change my appreciation for the things that I like. I like what I like. I like to say I'm one of the more experienced beer drinkers walking the face of this earth. I like to say that I've tried different flavors of beer. I've tried, different, alcohol percentages, different hop levels, IPA, triple IPA, double IPA, pale ale, ales, you name the style of beer, I've tried it. And there's not many beers that I just like, ew, I can't drink this filth. But at the same time, I can appreciate a nice Hopsecutioner. And in the same mouth on the same day, I can appreciate a Michelob Ultra. Different strokes for different folks, different times for different time. You know what I'm saying? Different times for different times. You know what I mean? Like different things that you want to do for different days of the week. Like, who wants to wear the same drawers every day? Not me. That's nasty. The point that I'm making is just because I can like a Louis Vuitton jacket doesn't mean that I can't like a starter jacket. And for you people who try to make yourself seem so exclusive, make yourself seem so much better than everybody else by saying you can't get what I got because you don't have what I have, or you won't understand what I'm doing because you're not living here with me. I'm telling you is, hey, bro, it don't matter. Do what makes you happy and do it because it makes you happy. Listen to what you listen to because it appeals to your ear. But your ear isn't better than someone else's ear just because they don't have the same appreciation for the things that you hear that you do. Your style isn't necessarily better than someone else's just because they don't like the stuff that you like. Your eyes aren't better than someone else's eyes just because they don't see things the way that you see things, man. Sometimes people take things differently. Sometimes we perceive things differently, and there's nothing wrong with being different. I think there's something right with being different. I think we should be more different. We should strive to be more different because, see, in this globalized society that we live in, it's stripping us of our individuality.